Hi and welcome to BBC News. Top stories tonight will be about Chesley Sullenberg, the pilot for US Airways, who managed to do an emergency landing on Hudson River, New York. But first we're going to talk about girls cutting themselves for Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber fans are going hysteric. Pop artist Justin Bieber, 18, was photographed holding a suspicious cigarette as he parties with a few of his friends in a hotel room in Newport Beach. The picture was released on a gossip site called TMZ. The next day he immediately apologized on Twitter to his fans. But too many of his fans, like the thought of the idol smoking marijuana, was apparently more than some Bieber fans could handle. And today a young woman on an internet troll said that she would kill herself if the story was true. And many girls cut themselves to stop him from smoking weed. The number of girls posting pictures of cutting themselves are increasing for every minute, writing "cut for Bieber" below the picture. This morning we got an interview with Justin Bieber.
Hi Justin, you must have seen many pictures online. What do you think about all these girls cutting themselves for your mistakes?
I obviously think it's horrible, but I can't take back what I've done, and I hope my believers forgive me.
Do you regret about the smoking?
Yes, I do. I will never do anything that hurts my fans again.
What did you exactly smoke?
I'm not proud of it, but I smoke marijuana.
Hey Justin!
The other big case is about the big Hudson landing that happened this morning in New York. This morning, a US Airways flight 1549 needed to crash land on the Hudson River in New York. The pilot surprisingly managed to save every 155 people on board. Chesley Sullenberg was his name, and everybody sees him as a hero now. There was many questions about what had caused the accident, but after some conversation with the pilot and the rest of the crew, he had the reason. The plane was flying from LaGuardia Airport in New York to the Charlotte Douglas International Airport in North Carolina. 2 minutes after takeoff from runway 4 at 3:25 p.m., the first officer skills noticed a formation of birds approaching the aircraft. Both of the MAGs were down. The pilots had no other choice but to turning back towards LaGuardia Airport. Even though it was risky to life-threatening, Mr. Sullenberg feared that it would make it and the distance was too long. The flight radioed the traffic controls in New York Terminal Radar Approach Control with the words, "Hit the birds, we lost trust to both MAGs," and they're turning back towards LaGuardia. He got lots of instructions from the airport tower, like where could land on runway 13, but Sullenberg responds that it was enabled. He also got the opportunity to land in New Jersey Airport, but he considered that to land on the Hudson River, their only chance of surviving. 90 seconds before touchdown, the captain announced brace for impact. The landing went great and everybody survived.
Hello and welcome to today's sports news on BBC. Our main news today and further in the week will be about the shocking news about Lance Armstrong and his drugging, and the terrible news about Van Persie's bad injury. But first, we have a lot to discuss about Mr. Armstrong. For a long time, things have been discussed in the sport world about his drugging, but they have never had enough proof to judge him guilty. But in an interview with the famous talk show host Oprah Winfrey, he admitted to sports crime. Later in today's sport, we will show parts of the interview with the interview where Mr. Armstrong has his confession. But first, I will tell which drugs he took. EPO, blood transfusion, and other typical drugs like testosterone, cortisone, and human growth hormone. All of this was admitted by Lance himself. He also said that he just started with some innocent drugs like cortisone, but after he saw the great progress, it developed into bigger stuff, as said EPO and blood transfusion. Here we're going to show you Mr. Armstrong's confession to Oprah.
Let's start with the questions people all over the world have been waiting for you to answer. And for now, I just want the answer yes or no. Did you ever take illegal drugs to improve your cycling performance?
Yes.
Was one of those legal drugs EPO?
Yes.
Did you ever blood dope or used blood transfusions to improve your cycling performance?
Yes.
Did you ever use other illegal drugs like testosterone, cortisone, or human growth hormone?
Yes.
In all of your 7 Tour de France victories, did you ever take illegal drugs or blood dope?
Yes.
In your opinion, was it humanly possible to win the Tour de France 7 times in a row without doping?
No, not in my opinion.
So when did you first start doping?
You know, I suppose earlier in my career there was some cortisone, and then the EPO generation began.
Okay. Begun when?
In the middle of the 90s. So there you have it. Lance Armstrong did use illegal drugs, and the consequences will be that all his victories will be taken from him, and he will be banned from cycling from the rest of his life. Yesterday, Manchester United played a match at Old Trafford against Everton, and it ended 2-1. But only after 6 minutes of the game, Van Persie was tackled and he got a penalty. Luckily, Rooney set the penalty, nice down in the right corner, but for Van Persie it didn't end quite as good. He broke his ankle and will be gone from the field for at least 3 months.
Thank you and have a good evening.